This signal was broadcast on shortwave from the early 1970s to June 2008. For years, shortwave enthusiasts followed this illegal anonymous broadcast on the very margins of the band. Made up of the melody you hear and 5-digit blocks of numbers, wondering where it came from and why. Eventually, enthusiasts were able to track the signal to a military installation here in the south of Cyprus. But what of the culture that announces itself through the medium of this vaguely creepy earworm? It's time we had a closer look. The year is 2022. London, the capital city, the British regime maintains as a showpiece for tourists and an adventure play area come tax haven for the world's ultra-rich, the mood is celebratory. The small island nation's ruler has managed to stay in the job for 70 years, a feat that would perhaps be more impressive if there were any way to sack her. A marching band representing the Ulster Volunteer Force, a notorious death squad linked to neo-Nazis on the continent, and the Ku Klux Klan in the United States, is performing for the occasion. It is a rare glob of triumphalism in a decade in which the regime has had little cause to celebrate. Here, we see Prime Minister David Cameron announcing his resignation after a 6-year tenure in Downing Street, during which he plunged the working class into destitution, killing nearly 200,000 according to statistics compiled by human rights NGOs. Long thought invincible after neither financial improprieties nor even revelations of sexual intercourse with a dead pig that earned him the nickname Gammon Nonce were able to bring him down. Here we see him visibly relieved to be handing the whole sordid mess over to someone else.
Right.
And thus, washing one's hands of the whole fucking mess became all the rage amongst the island nation's tiny incestuous elites. After the Gammon Nonce had shed his honey glaze, it was the turn of his successor, Theresa May, who had taken time away from her passion of using vans to do racism in order to serve as his replacement.
Ever since I first stepped through the door behind me as Prime Minister, I have striven to make the United Kingdom a country that works. I have done my best to do that. Sadly, I have not been able to do so. I believe it was right to persevere, even when the odds against success seemed high. So I am today announcing that I will resign as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party.
Then it came time for Boris Johnson, a man whose entire existence was a mixed media racist art installation, to complete the hat trick.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know that there will be many people who are relieved, and perhaps quite a few who will also be disappointed. And I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks.
Not to be upstaged by bestiality enthusiasts with questionable financial dealings, or second-tier racists of varying degrees of incompetence. Even herself took on the right fucking challenge.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The Palace has just issued this statement. It says the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon.